What's up, y'all? I'm coming at y'all with another what if video. Sorry if I'm missing days here and there. I'm working on something, and it's taking me a long time to do. But just wait, y'all gonna see what that is. But in the meantime, while I'm working on some other project, I want to do a new what if. This one I think I'm gonna have some fun with, at least until I can think of some more stuff for it. So normally when I do what ifs, I like to combine things I like two things I like, and make it like a what if. So for this one, I'm gonna do that again. And why not do a comic got killed slash Deadpool what if. Now there is no what if Tatsumi was Deadpool or none of that. It's just what if Deadpool was in Akame got killed. Very simple. Now I'm gonna start this off. Two caravan drivers were attacked by a class 1 monster called the Earth Dragon. It would have they would have been eating if it hadn't for a flash of light coming down from the inside of his stomach. A minute later, the dragon started acting up. He was coughing a lot of blood and writhed within pain. The men were confused as the dragon fell over to his death. A second later, a sword blade, stuck itself out of his belly. A spill of blood later, a man pulled himself out of the dragon's stomach. He was wearing a red suit with black stripes. Whew, now that's what I call a heart attack, he said. Uh, what? A caravan driver asked. No, wait, no, thank you, he said. Man, I saved you guys and I get no gratitude? Um, thank you, the other driver said. Who are you? The name's Wilson, Wade Wilson. People like to call me Deadpool, so tell me, my good sir, which way is the Imperial capital? You want to go there? The driver asked. Well, if you go down that road, you'll reach it. But I warn you, there are people with hearts of monsters in there. My kind of town, Wade said. Thank you. You have been a wonderful audience, but I gotta vamos. My people will call your people. He walked away with the caravan drivers confused. Just then, Wade Wilson turned to you and started talking. Oh, hey, this is your favorite fourth wall breaking, line crossing Merc with the mouth in this anime. Well, technically fan fiction, or what if, whatever you want to call it. Well, some people, and I just figured that this guy just wanted to do it, and why not let it happen? And you're probably wondering, why did I take down the beast instead of the anime's usual Tatsumi? Well, the truth is, I'm taking over. No haters. It's just how the story works. Also, as to why I'm in this Conan Barbarian setting with a younger look, well, I'll get into that later. Right now, let's go on to the plot. Later that day, Wade sat below the dimly lit streetlight playing a guitar he picked off a dead guy's body. Someday we'll find it, he sang. A rainbow connection. Lovers, the dreamers, and... Excuse me, a sweet voice said. Wade looked up and saw a little girl smiling at him. Are you from the country? Was it my jam? Was it my jam? Did it give it away? Would ask. Let me just say, I'm tempted to ask you what you want for Christmas. Would you like to stay at my place? The girl said. I'm sure my parents will love to help out a man in need. Just feed me some snickerdoodles and you got a deal, Wade said. What's a snickerdoodle? One of the girl's guards asked his partner. How should I know? The girl, whose name was Ariel, I think it's Ariel, brought Wade to her mansion at the outskirts of the city. He met up with her parents. It's good to see our little girl is helping people in need, the mother said. Aw, shucks, Wade said. You're making me blush. You see the red? If I may ask, Mr. Wilson, the father said, what's with the outfit? Well, it's after Labor Day, and this is the only thing I had that isn't white, Wade said. Hey, is it okay if I ask for a couple of things while I stay here? Anything to help, Aurora said. What would you need? Well, first I need a tent, Wade said. I like to sleep outside. I'm not going to get used to this fancy schmexy fluffy pillow stuff. Second, I want a fan. Not a fancy one, just one that just anything that blows wind will do. Also, I'm a bit of a heavy meat lover, so any piece of raw meat would do. Good. Lastly, I want a shovel because reasons. That's odd, Ariel said. Okay, but one condition. You get you get to help me go shopping tomorrow. Oh goody, cheered gleefully. While Ariel was in the store picking out new clothes to wear, Wade stood outside her carriage with another guard. How was your night, Mr. Wilson? The guard asked. Uneventful, Wade said. But I bet it's going to end tonight. Hold up. Alright, back. Sorry about that. But I bet it's going to end tonight. Hey, speaking of royalty, no one was talking about. I bet that Imperial Castle over there. Wade looked at the large palace in the middle of the city, where the Emperor rules over the entire kingdom. Not exactly, the guard said. They don't like me saying this, but the Emperor is just a child and incapable of making his own decisions. Instead, all the three decrees are made by his Prime Minister. Honest. A ruthless, heartless man with no remorse for anything he does. So, the Prime Minister calls the shots, Wade said. Bet he got a lot of enemies. Yes, the guard agreed, but mostly Night Raid. Night who? Night Raid, an assassin guild. They attack in the dark and leave no survivors when they target Imperial figures. Not a lot of Facebook friends, I bet, Deadpool said. Later that night, Deadpool continued to bunk in his tent in the backyard. Inside his tent, he turns to you. So, yeah, that's pretty much the setting. I bet you all understand now. Merc with the mouth ending up in a strange world where monsters roam and humans are even worse. Everything is ruled by a nutty creep. So now, onto the plan. Javon. Uh, and marriage. Continue. We're saying my real name. Anyway, Deadpool then heard several screams. He peeked outside and saw several figures standing on strings above the trees. Below them, a girl with black hair carrying a katana sliced through several guards. Man, they had to attack tonight? Wade complained. Might as well get the whole thing over with. Deadpool followed the katana girl until she caught up with another guard protecting Ariel. Fuck, I'm gonna keep messing up that name, but she ain't gonna be that relevant anyway, so let's continue. She cut down the guard and tried to strike Ariel, but Deadpool swooped in the nick of time, blocking it with his swords. The girl jumped back, wielding her katana. Hold up, we got burp real quick. I'm here. I'm here to play with swords and get freaky, Deadpool said. I'm all out of darts to give. You're not the target, the katana girl said. Step aside so I may finish her. Hate to break it to you, Samurai Jack, Deadpool said, but I got a good thing going on and you and your friends are ruining it. So if you want to kill this girl, you have to kill me first. Alright, the katana girl said with no emotion. She charged towards Deadpool, who readied his swords as well. When they first clashed blades, Ariel took a step back to the side of the wooden shack. She stood beside. She continued to watch as Deadpool and Akame continued to cross blades. Eventually, it ended with the girl outmaneuvering Deadpool and running her sword through his chest, making Ariel gasp. Ugh! Deadpool groaned as the girl in front of him removed her sword from his chest. If you wanted an impalement, all you had to do was ask. Suddenly he screamed in pain as black marks escaped his wound and surrounded his body. He fell forward as the girl's face continued her way to Ariel. Time to end it, she said, as she held her katana above Ariel's shaking head, ready to strike. But before she could, she was surprised to hear Deadpool coughing. She turned and widened her eyes to see Wade Wilson slowly getting back up. Man, Deadpool said, as his wound began to disappear. I'm telling you, bean burritos do not agree with me right now. From now on, I'm sticking with chimichangas. That's not possible, the katana girl gasped. My weapon, let me guess, it's poisoned, Deadpool said. Not a bad choice in weapons, but that won't save you for what? That won't save you if you think you can just pick on little girls. I have a soft spot for them. Who are you? The katana girl asked, in both confusion and surprise. I'm Batman. Deadpool responded with a deep and raspy voice. Hold it there. Deadpool turned to see another teenage girl. She was, tall with blonde hair, with blonde fur aligning characteristics with ears and claws. She didn't have a shirt on, but her chest was wrapped in black cloth. Hot tamales, now that's a bod, Deadpool said. So, are you a model or a famous actress? The name's Leone. That girl who should have killed you is Akane. As you can guess, we're a part of Night Raid, and believe it or not, we have a very good reason for being here. You think we're killing innocent people, but we're not. Take a good look. Leone leaped and punched the door to the wooden shack. When Deadpool looked inside, it was worse than he could imagine. The entire interior was filled with dead bodies and just very burnt corpses and stuff. The family has a sickening habit of taking in country people from the street and torturing them later, Leone explained. Even the mother has a bad habit of implanting them with viruses and documenting them in her journal. The guards knew about it and kept quiet, so they're just as guilty. Wait, don't listen to them, Ariel shouted. I had no idea about this. Stop denying, Leone said. Our client saw you take his daughter away to be tortured. Ariel was about to tear up, but then she got angry. And, she went with her whole little outburst of how, they're all just country people and they deserve to die. Stuff like that. I don't need to explain all that, nor do I want to. Even the children of the cultural elite can be guilty, Leone said. So, wait, is it? Now that you know this. Now? Wade asked. Lady, I already knew about this. Akame and Leone and Ariel were all taken back by this. They didn't expect for this response. You knew? Ariel asked. Well, yeah, Deadpool responded. You taking me in off the streets. With everything I heard about the capital, I was immediately suspicious. You knew, and you were still going to let her live? Leone asked. Who said I was going to let her family get away with it? Leone. A few other people emerged from the trees. The one, big guy, big armor. One guy, big, wearing big armor, and there was also a dude with green hair, with dark green, straight jacket, and, a chick with pink hair and twin tails, and, a girl with glasses carrying some big pair of scissors. What are you all doing here? Leone asked. This wasn't part of the plan. Leone, the girl with the glasses said. When I went to find the mother, she was already dead. I found her torn in pieces and forced to swallow a whole bottle of poison. What? Leone asked in surprise. Shock, I should say. Nothing but irony, I always say, Deadpool said. Wouldn't have gotten to Dad next, but he was unavailable and I had a schedule to keep up. You did this? Leone asked. I don't understand. Well, if you Merry Man wannabes would just let me explain, will you? Deadpool said with a heavily British accent, you see. I have known since I arrived that this family was corrupted, so I cooked up a plan to get them. Unfortunately, you are all arrived at the worst possible time. Allow me to demonstrate. He pulled at the raw meat Ariel's father lent him half the other night. That piece of meat? The guy with the straight jacket asked. Not quite as big as the one in my pants, if you would do, Deadpool said. Ever since last night, I have been using a big fan to get the smell into the forest. I'm afraid to ask, the pink-haired girl said, but why? Suddenly, people heard a roar coming from the far side of the trees. A big black bear emerged with drool dripping down his fangs. What are you doing? Aurora at Aurora. Ariel asked right before Deadpool gave the meat he was holding to her. You see, I made it a rule to not kill kids, Deadpool explained. And I don't exactly have a cyborg assassin from the future to give me a hand, so I decided to hire an assassin. Mother Nature. Sorry, kids, but it's the circle of life. The circle of life! At that moment, Deadpool lifted the terrified Ariel like Rafiki lifted Simba and then tossed her into the bear. The bear then pounced on Aurora, who screamed until the bear finished her off. The rest of the night raid just stood there watching the slaughter. Well, I guess bear wrestling isn't going on her resume anytime soon, am I right? Deadpool asked. I don't believe it, Leone said, feeling intrigued by Deadpool's creative plan. Oh, that's not all, Deadpool said, pulling out a handheld button. You see, in my free time I was digging up a tunnel system underneath the mansion and filling it with bombs. Bombs? The man in armor asked. Shazam! Deadpool shouted as he pushed the button. Suddenly the entire mansion in the distance was blown from underneath with a huge explosion of fire. Everyone watched the shockwave blow a huge gust of wind that shook the surrounding trees. Sweet mother, the green-haired guy said. Pal, who are you? Right, time for some introductions, Deadpool said. My name is Wade Wilson. People call me Deadpool, the merc with the mouth. I came to this world on a mission given by me, or given to me by Death herself, and I'm here to help. The members of Night Raid looked at each other until Leone made a furry lion fist and punched Deadpool in the face, making him black out. Not a bad first impression, as the merc with the mouth might say. And so, with that, I'm end it right there. Yeah, so let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And so, with that, I'm out. Peace.